Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this exciting episode of Tech Stories with Prosper, I have a special guest with me on the channel today. A very special guest. I've been following her for some time now on LinkedIn. She's been doing amazing stuff in the field of data science. Her name is Aniekan. She's currently a master's student at the University of Denver pursuing computer science. She's originally from Nigeria. Um, she runs her own blog where she talks about data science, technology, and life in general. Um, in this video, she's going to be talking about how she got started in data science in Nigeria, moving to the US to pursue a master's in computer science, and ultimately launching her first data science internship with Microsoft. If you are new here, my name is Prosper, and on this platform, we talk about data science, how you can break into the field. If it's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the content, and share with others as well. And now, let's get into it. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prosper.
I'm highly honored to have you on the channel for the first time. I've been following you for some time now. You've been doing some great work. Regards to
Thank
data science and AI and machine learning. You run your own blog and all that. It's quite fascinating to see the things that you have been working on. So just to get into it, can you talk about how you got into data science? I know you started from Nigeria, how you got into data science.
Okay, so I studied computer science in my undergrad, but when I finished like school, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do. So I joined my friend's startup and I was actually working as a social media associate because I was pretty good with like social media then, running ads and other skills I had picked up from running my own business on Instagram and on social media. So I joined the company. It was a small startup, but then I saw the data science team and I was very excited and intrigued by the work that they do. Because to me, it was a perfect combination of like business and technology and applying it to products, which are where my passions lie, basically. So I was very excited to be able to find a field in tech that directly impacts the business and is not like only technological, if that makes sense. So that's how I got into data science. My boss was kind enough to buy courses for me, online courses for me to pick up the necessary skills. And I started taking on little tasks here and there, from the data science team until I fully transitioned into being like a data science intern and then a junior data scientist at the company before I left.
That's exciting. So like for you, like you're able to like look at the business side of the application side of things, and that helps you understand because you're also running your own business and all that.
Yes,
So,
I
but
had
then
I had stopped running my business by then, but it was the skills I had picked up from my business that kind of, got me really excited in data science.
yeah. I know people always like say they want something that's structured, like want to follow a structured path of like learning the skills and all that. But I don't think it was structured, really structured for you, even though you had those courses you had to
Yeah,
take.
it was highly self-paced and it was very much self-learning. What I had to do was find these courses by myself online and I would send the cost to him, for him to approve and to reimburse me. I use mostly Coursera, Udemy, a bit of EDX. Yeah, it was a lot of figuring out there and using Twitter as well to see what people were doing, like follow people's journey as well. It was very helpful to
Yeah.
me.
I just realized everybody's path, like, getting into tech is very unique, and
Different.
you just have to find what's what
Works.
works for you. So then from there, you decided to like pursue a master's in the US. So how did you go about that? Um,
Okay. Yeah, so I actually left that company and moved to a new company, still in Nigeria though. And I was there for about 18 months. And I was working as a data scientist on the product team. Really enjoyed my role there. But then I wanted something different, something more challenging. I had gotten a bit too comfortable in that role. So I decided to do grad school. And I looked at different countries that offered grad school or grad programs in my area of interest. And yeah, I finally like applied to my current school here in the US sometime in 2020, I think December 2020. And last year, that's 2021 fall, I moved from Nigeria to the US to begin my master's in computer science with research area or research interest in artificial intelligence and human robotic interaction. And I was privileged to have been awarded like full funding in the form of an assistantship from my department, from Nigeria before I actually even came to the US. Yeah, so that's actually a summary of my journey.
Yeah, I mean that's so great. Because I had a colleague that was so like he was in my school. He came with a PhD, and after 2 years, he got a master's. Because it's hard to get funding for like master's programs
Yes.
unless you are super smart. So it means like, and I know you're very smart. That's how like you're able to.
Thank you.
Um, and I'm sure like you tried a couple of schools, and you're resilient. You didn't give up. Like you kept trying, and
Yeah. I mean, I actually tried in 2019 to go to grad school in 2020. Um, it didn't work out. I got admission, but I didn't get full funding. So I had to stay 1 year back, and try again the next year. So it's not, I mean, it sounds easy, it sounds linear. It actually wasn't very easy and linear. So I had to, stay 1 year and repurpose my application package. So some things that I did were like doing a personal project from like start to finish to show professors that I actually have personal research experience, because that's something I didn't have from my workplace. I always worked in industry. So I had to do this personal project to show that I could frame a research question and try to solve it and tell the story. So I wrote 2 articles actually about that project, and I published it on my blog. I pushed the code to my GitHub. So anyone that actually sees my resume or my portfolio can go to the GitHub to see the code, can read the articles, to see how I was thinking about the problem and how I solved it. I also wrote standardized exams, so I had to write like GRE. I actually even evaluated my transcript from Nigeria, although I evaluated it for Canada. But these are steps that I had to take to make sure that my application, stood out, and just to give me a higher chance, I guess, of getting admission, and not just admission funding, because that was very, very important to me in this journey.
yeah, I mean, I realized that I mean for the past 2 years, I mean most of the schools have not been taken. They've waived the GRE, so it's easier
Yeah.
now. But I feel like it has kind of made it more competitive. It means you have to
I'm,
beef up
I
your
mean, my
resume, your
school, my
portfolio.
school's, yeah, my school said that JRE was not compulsory, but I was like, I'm still going to write it. So it wasn't compulsory. I was just trying to, as I said, stand out, and I had the resources. Like I could write JRE, so it was just some effort and sacrifice on my part. Waking up earlier than normal to read before work, because I was still working full time, and after work, maybe not going out, maybe staying in more to practice, to read, to practice the materials, and finally I aced the exam. So yeah.
Wow, I'm sure you got a perfect score on the math.
I don't know what's perfect, but it was good.
But yeah, I mean, I trust you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Um. So then, like, you go in the program for like after your second semester, I decided to pursue like internship. Um.
Mm-hmm.
So and you got to did you purely focus on like data science internships, or like you explore other chances, like for example machine learning, data analyst roles as
Yeah.
well? And how did you go about like applying to these positions? Yeah.
Okay. So my school does the quarter system. So as opposed to 2 semesters a year, we have 3 quarters. So it was actually about this time last year, which is like around Thanksgiving, that I started applying for roles ahead of summer 2022. So I came to the US end of August. So it took me some months to settle in, understand the educational system, actually try to pass my courses and ace my grades, just adjust to a new culture, a new weather, a new time zone, a new country, a new system. So by Thanksgiving, we had finished the first quarter. So I had a little holiday, and I started preparing, and I decided to start applying and preparing. So some things I did were brush up on my data structures and algorithms. I had to get a course on Udemy that focused on data structures and algorithms with Python. It was so good. You really explained the whole time complexity, space complexity, big O notation for the different data structures and algorithms. Then I started applying. I also was reaching out to people in my network to get referrals if there were any open roles in their companies. So for the roles I was looking at, I was looking at machine learning engineering roles, because I think I like that a bit, and data science roles, data analyst and product analyst roles as well, because my last role was very similar to that. So my experience and my skill sets from that last role was like perfect for like a product analyst or a data analyst, at least from what I was seeing in the different job roles. So yeah, those are the 4 major job roles I was applying to. I was applying majorly online, LinkedIn, Google Jobs, different job sites. I'm trying to use my network as much as possible and referrals. So that was like November, December, January, February. I was applying, submitting applications, going for interviews, different phases of interviews, and even getting to some final stages. And then in March, I finally got like my offers and I accepted the one I finally took for the summer. So that was the journey there.
Okay, I know that a lot goes into like find an internship, even if like if you have feel like you have the right skills, like you need that resiliency, and I'm sure you
Yeah.
did a lot of applications and a lot of rejections. Yeah, I was
I
saying
still get
like,
rejections still this
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Applications I put in last year, but it's all
yeah.
good, you know.
I was actually thinking about printing a shirt with my rejection letters. Like, I mean, it
I'm
was,
not sure mine will fit, but okay.
yeah, that's sure. Yeah, I mean, you mostly wake up in the morning and like the first thing you pick your phone, the first thing you see.
We're sorry. We're
Yeah,
sorry to, to inform you that we moved ahead with some other candidate. I feel like at some point I kind of got used to it. But I mean, it's really sad, especially when it's something you put in so much effort, to get. So it's okay to take breaks and feel your emotions, but please don't give up. Like, come back and also ask for feedback. I had to revamp my resume over and over again. I had to sign up for mock interviews to improve my interviewing skills because interviewing is a skill. And sometimes you may know something, but you're not just selling yourself properly to the recruiter or the hiring manager. You're not just expressing yourself well. So I had to also do mock interview sessions to improve my interviewing, and I'm glad it paid off.
yeah. I mean, hard work. I mean, always if you do the right things, like right information, like it's
Yeah.
always um pays off. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how's your internship experience? Like
Yeah, so I was a data science intern at Microsoft over the summer, and it was amazing. So I really liked my team. I was on the Bing team. I liked my team, very amazing people to work with. The culture is excellent. And the project I worked on for my internship was very relevant. And it didn't just feel like some low-hanging fruit that was given to some intern. I felt like a part of the company and I was solving a problem and I could directly see the impact of the work that I was doing, which was very important to me, especially coming from like a startup to a big tech company. Startup is very fast paced. You directly see what you're doing, but at big companies or bigger companies, sometimes it may be harder to see those things. So I felt really relevant and impactful, and that made me so happy. I was in Seattle or Redmond for the summer, and it was a good experience to be in a new city, a new state, make new friends. I'm very excited. It was a very exciting experience, and I'm glad I had that opportunity.
that's pretty good. So,
Thanks.
your your internship was for like 3 months, right? I think a
Yes,
3 month period. Oh, okay. So, so if you had a chance to go back to Microsoft, do you think?
definitely. Yes, that's a strong yes from
I know,
me.
I know you don't want to comment on that, but then,
Yeah, but yes, yes, I will.
yeah. So I mean, I know, like you, I kind of have a lot of people like reaching out to me. They want to know about how they can transition to data science. Some people already like you already have it, let's say CS or a math statistics background from the undergrad. Other people like yeah, I mean, they're from like social sciences or like engineering, and they are trying
Yeah.
to like get into the field and all that. So, what advice do you have for them?
I think one very important skill that maybe is undermined in data science is domain expertise. So domain expertise is actually understanding the industry in which you are solving the problem or the industry you're solving a problem for. So let's say healthcare, and I'm a data science that is probably trying to build a model that can predict if a user, should maybe be on this drug or should not be on this drug. That's a very random example. There are certain things that myself, not coming from the healthcare industry, I don't have the nuance about. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the insights. And on projects, they usually are subject domain expertise or experts, that we liaise with to get this information or these nuanced insights from. Why I'm saying this is that for people that are coming from fields that are not CS or engineering or maths and stats, it may feel like, oh, I did the wrong course, or maybe even the experience I have in some other industry, let's say agriculture or food processing, is irrelevant, but it isn't. We actually need you. Like, you have certain insights or certain knowledge that I don't have because I didn't study that field. So what you can do is to find industries or companies or projects in your field where you have that domain expertise that you've accrued over the years and use data science to solve problems in that field. Because data science is a tool. You have data and you try to get insights or patterns or build models that can predict based on the data you have. So it's a tool, so you can apply data science in almost any field. If I'm even bold enough to say any field. So coming from another field doesn't mean that you cannot do data science. Yes, you might have to work harder to pick up on maybe some of the CS skills or math knowledge or statistics knowledge, but these are skills that can be learned and that can be built over time. So coming from a different field doesn't mean you're not going to be an excellent data scientist. You actually can be. And then for those that are coming from like CS background, some of us actually went to school and didn't really pick up these skills in school, and we feel like we've wasted our time. Not necessarily. There are some fundamentals that you might have picked up from school that you may not even know, but it will just make things easier for you to learn in the future. We cannot learn everything, in school. We learn things by practicing, by trying things and failing and figuring things out ourselves. But these fundamentals are also helpful. And, we should be open to picking up whatever knowledge or skills we think we are lacking in, if it is like programming in a certain language or using a certain framework or using a certain library package or tool, or even like maybe stats or probability. These are things that we can learn. There are lots of like online courses out there that you can get one or two, or even use YouTube for free and try to, pick knowledge from people and keep building yourself.
Wow. I mean, I think you have nailed down all the points and like all the necessary points. And yeah.
Thank you.
I always tell people like that, especially prospective students that they want to like get into data science to be through school. You don't have to. Your undergrad must not be like a CS or math or before you can get into data science. You can, if you are from like geology, there are so many professors in geology here that are applying machine learning and data science in their research.
Yes.
So you can get into their lab and use that route like to get into the field. Yeah. Because the competition for like CS, like masters, like PhD, it's very competitive and yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate taking time out of your busy. I know you are very busy, but you're able to make it. And I've learned a lot from this, and I hope like you guys have also picked a thing or two. And it's always possible. You can always get into data, whatever you want to do. There's so many platforms, courses out there that you can utilize to get into the field and keep trying, and everything's going to be work out. It's going to work out.
Yeah. And build projects is really helpful. Build projects to show your skills and push yourself out there. So you're not just taking online courses and feeling overwhelmed with all the information. Actually apply or practice whatever thing you learn. It actually helps you build your skills better and puts you out there.
Yeah. I believe in project-based learning, especially with like the programming Python, like project-based learning is the best. Like instead of watching like a whole YouTube video.
Don't read the code, don't watch the videos.
Yeah, I think it's just a waste of time. So I'm gonna be dropping Aniekan's details in the comment section, her Instagram, her LinkedIn, and you can connect with her. She's doing amazing. Make sure you check out her blog.
I actually have an article coming out in January 2023. I'm trying to write on like different pathways to data science, and I'm actually going to reach out to some people in my network because people come from different backgrounds. I have people that come from like biological sciences straight to a PhD, like machine learning kind of thing. So look out for that on my blog. January is going to be published, and hopefully you can draw inspiration from that. I know that it's actually possible.
Definitely. I mean, looking forward to it.
Thank you.
So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.
Thank you so much for having me.
And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay?
Yes.
I need more subscribers, and and once again, don't forget to check out her blog. She has amazing stuff on there. So thank you guys.
Thank you.